Are you a bourbon drinker that's afraid of Scotch? We think this one might be the answer to your question. Give it a shot. We'll see more in the review.
Welcome back to Exploring Whiskey.
Today we have I'm going to go with special cask version of the Aberlour. This is the A'Bunadh Alba, batch 2. All right.
Well done.
Yeah, I hope I said that right. I'm really apologize if I did not. This bottle has not even been opened at this point. So
I just noticed this.
We've got a big old
wax on top here.
We've got a big old wax thing that... All right, sorry for the small break to actually use a knife to cut through the wax because there wasn't like a starter on this wax.
Yeah,
and
come on.
a lot of wax. All right, so we finally opened it. And I mean, that's a lot of wax.
It is.
Real
cork. It's good.
Real cork.
Good.
A lot of wax.
Nice presentation. Nice little
Yeah,
tube.
I like the canvasy
The fake
look
burlap.
Burlap,
Kinda,
yes, burlap.
Kind of, yeah.
Very nice.
Let the bourbon casks add sweetness. That's the first
Yeah,
thing
so that's the kicker for this guy. So this particular release is all first fill bourbon, I want to say. And they are owned, Aberlour is owned by Pernod Ricard, Chivas Brothers, all the way up. So they have access to a lot of ex-bourbon casks. That helps too. Cask strength.
117.
Holy hell! Holy hell! Scotch. That is 100. Speyside Scotch at 117.4. I don't know too many of these. That's gonna be a hell of a kick. But no age statement, which a lot of Scotch is. All right, so the minimum is 3. That's legal. It has to be at least 3 years old. Cask strength under 10 scares me a little bit. That scares me a little bit. It's going to be possibly a little aggressive.
A little aggressive on the
especially with the first fill ex-bourbon cask, but I guess we'll see.
Let's see.
It's a little aggressive. It's a little proofy.
Oh, yeah.
A little sharp.
A little proofy. But I'm getting that. I'm getting fruit. I'm getting nice.
I just started to get some fruit. Pear?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
At the very top, like, if you go low, you're just, it's all ethanol. But I get a really nice, sweet pear note at the top.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's not apple.
A little malty.
Sure. Yeah, I get some
cereal note, like that kind of sweet cereal notes.
Yes, sir. The honey, it's like,
yeah,
there's a sweet,
right.
there's that traditional sweet honey.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And honestly, it off-gassed really quickly. Like that ethanol sharpness really kind of dissipated pretty quick.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say I'm excited about the. Let's go in.
The second pour out of this guy is gonna be really good, is my thoughts. But let's see. That's interesting.
It's Irish.
Irish.
I get
super honey in the front.
Super honey in the front.
A weird sharp note in the middle.
Yep.
And then
light fruit.
Holy
apple,
crap! Sweet at the end.
Yeah.
Honey, 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 honey.
And a little bit of burn right in this
I didn't
area.
get the burn.
I mean, it's slight. It's not here. It's just right here.
Sweet at the end. But
Jolly
there's a little,
like,
in the very, like, the mid palate, there's a funny little sharpness that comes through. And I'm assuming that's the youth ethanol combo there.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Maybe barrel, since it is first fill bourbon. Maybe. I don't know. I think this is going to open up beautifully, though. Like, I think it'll open up beautifully in our glass, like right now.
Yeah.
But I think the next pour out of that bottle is going to be just magic. Mm-hmm. A lot of people seem to poo-poo this when I was looking around. It's too sharp. It's acetone. It's the proof is too high. Okay. All those kind of things. But I wonder if that's people that are used to drinking 80 to 90 proof whiskey versus.
That's exactly what I thought the first.
People that are used to, every once in a while throwing back a 130 proof.
Yeah, you want to try something different, or you're just going to stay on your wheelhouse?
I'm not going to say I'm totally a proof hound by any means, because I will taste a There's some 80, 90. I still think in the 80s is probably too late, but 92, 94s, where if you went heavier, you wouldn't have gotten the nuance.
Mm-hmm.
This has a lot of nuance for 117 Scotch.
It's got a great nose.
It does have a great nose. That whatever that initial off-proofing of ethanol is gone.
I don't know if it's pecans or it's like this nutty, super sweet nutty. Or I'm not talking about peanuts. I'm talking about like macadamia.
No, but you're talking more like or I was going to say more like what's an oily pralines or what's the other candy like a brittle, like a cashew brittle.
Yeah, cashew.
Like a burnt sugar with a oily type
nut that's sweet.
Like a cashew brittle. I could totally go down that path.
And then it turns into like, okay, well, if I'm getting amaretto nuts, I'm getting subtle cherries. I'm getting red fruits. But I get wood.
Lightly. But I get more. I get a lot of. I do get some wood off of this. For saying that it's non-age dated, I do get a little bit of wood note off that. So I don't know if they're blending. Again, so it's Scotch, so it has to be at least 3 years old. So I don't know if they're blending like 4 through 12s or something like that. I don't know what they're doing. There is a little bit of a wood note there.
I just get like this young fruit that maybe it changes into amaretto and nuts. And I like this. This is great. Yeah.
It's got a to it. And you don't get that from that many, especially Speyside Scotch. I can't think of too many Speyside Scotches that have like a 117's big deal for Scotch. It's a big deal for Scotch.
I'm getting so many Irish whiskey notes off of this thing. Like you could have lied. You could have told me this is an Irish whiskey, and I would have believed you.
I get where you're going. I do get where you're going. The honey notes, the fruity notes, it's not that malty cereal note is not super apparent.
No.
Which is what is really apparent.
It's sweet.
Speyside whiskeys tend to be fruity with a malty cereal note to it.
Okay.
But I'm not getting that malty cereal note, which I get where you're going with the Irish-ish.
Irish-ish.
Yeah.
Somebody getting a blind, you could line this up with many things. And I've been like, oh, we're doing Irish now.
Higher proof. It's got. That's a pretty high proof even for an Irish.
Yeah.
For anything over there, that's a high proof. That'd be fun to do against like the Writer's Tier cask strength. So then you're playing 117 to 119 range, like you're in the same proof ballpark.
More bready nuts coming out.
Very bready.
Sweet
breads.
Bread, not quite.
Some kind of whatever breakfast, like a breakfasty bread with like a really like
I'm thinking
honey
cinnamon
butter
rolls with no cinnamon, none of the. I just talking about glaze in the bread.
Glaze and bread.
No
I could go there. I was thinking more like bread with like a honeyed butter or a sweet butter on top of it. That's not bad.
That icing. It just smells so good. Ooh. It's a sugary sweetness. It's not.
Water did
honey.
good things there.
Oh, yeah.
On the nose, the water did good things. It didn't hurt it by any means.
And it took the proof down like it's.
It's not sharp. Yeah.
Not at all. The
not
sharpness
sharp.
Disappeared.
All right. Sweet. Definitely sweet. Honeys. All those kind of things.
I still get that bready
fruit
note.
There's a fruity note that I'm getting off of it that's really nice. But it's not a.
It's a figgy, like it's not. It's a sweeter. Okay. It's a sweeter dark fruit. It's not a raisin. It's not a plum. Oh,
what is it? That's gonna kill me.
But it's not red fruit. It's not strawberries. Raspberries.
No. It's not there. It's not in that.
God, it's tobacco-y. Oh, that's great. That's water did some really nice to this.
Really, really nice. So that makes me so happy. This whole thing is making me so happy because, again, when I looked up this line from Aberlour, people were really poo-pooing it. And I think there's a little bit of a movement. We'll call it that. I don't know if that's the right word. Of people not caring for non-age stated Scotch. They just, it's not 12-year-old Scotch. I'm going to poo-poo that.
Why would I waste my time?
Right.
Trying this?
Or almost all the Scotches tend to be in the mid 80 to 90 range. And, this is 117. It's too proofy. It's too sharp. This is delicious.
It's really
this is
good.
Awesome. There's so many great notes that are coming out of this.
It's evolving.
It's changing. It's evolving. Let the deed show. That's what it says on the right there. You see that? Let the deed show.
Let the deed show.
I like that.
The deed is in the tasting. The proof is in the pour. Right there.
Good
the
stuff.
finish is smooth and sweet. You dang
Totally
right.
agree. Totally agree.
I don't get citrus notes though. I mean, it says the taste is citrusy with notes of baked apples and a hint of almonds. Got the almonds. Citrusy? Got the apples or that type of fruit.
I wouldn't go to a citrus note though.
No, I don't get any citrus notes. Oh, the almond note is just kicking.
But it's still like a candied almond.
Yeah.
It's not just straight almond. There's a candy note to this that is really nice. The funniest part was it was a fluke buy. Like I was at Cork Dorks.
Yeah.
And I was in that like little section of Scotch, and I was like, I want to grab something. And
was it the tube? Was it the burlap, or what did it?
I don't know. No, it was honestly it was the really weird name.
Okay.
That's all I want. I'm that guy. I'm that guy that sees A'Bunadh?
A'Bunadh?
I saw that, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I didn't even realize it was cask proof.
In bourbon oak barrels.
Yeah, that's bourbon oak. There's no sherry cask influence here. It's just first fill ex-bourbon barrels.
So you're drinking the distillate, and you're drinking the wood it was finished in. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're a bourbon drinker, you're going to get some bourbon notes out of this, but it's not bourbon by any means.
No.
It is way, way different than bourbon, but you're going to get a couple of notes towards that line.
But man, if you were even contemplating like
Speyside Scotch?
Yeah, or going to a Scotch like, I don't know.
And you like
Scotch
high proof?
Is awful.
Do it.
Do this guy. This will be such a
I've got people that
intro.
I want to try this now. I highly recommend this bottle. I think this is a great release from a really good distillery.
Yeah, and as far as whiskey goes, like this transcend this crosses all kinds of like I said earlier, like
very Irish.
Very Irish.
If you like Irish forward, if you want a little bit of a bourbon vanilla-ish, there's a little bit of that going on.
Yes, this transcends. This evolves. It changes. It will make you think. So, and that's what it's all about.
If you are a whiskey person, that is what it's all about.
Yes.
If you're not just a rye or a bourbon or an Irish or a Scotch, if you're not locked in and you're just trying different things, this one is crossing like 3 different realms.
Yes. This is one of the first things I've ever tried that's done that.
Yeah.
You got 1 and 2, maybe.
Awesome. If you liked our review of the Aberlour A'Bunadh Alba, this is the batch 2. If you enjoyed that, please, we would love you to support the channel. We're continuing to try to grow. Right below us, you'll see thumbs and subscribes and all, whatever. Just support us. We'd appreciate that.
Do it.
And we'll see you on the next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.